Hello, hello, hello! It is the final Tuesday of May, which means this is my last time I'm here. Oh, devastating. Don't forget to let me know in the comments where you are. Hang on a second. The Behance, is it updating? It is updating. I just wanted to check. Phenomenal. But yeah, it's been... it's the final Tuesday. I'm really sad about it because I actually really love doing these. It's really fun to talk to you all. For those of you who don't know who I am Mandy Celine, and I'm a director and editor. And I've been working with Adobe for a really long time, actually on and off for many years, which is quite good because I live in their software. So, that works out quite nicely. As always, let me know where you guys are from. I don't know who the moderators are today, but they will keep an eye on the chats, I am sure, because they usually do, and they're usually great. Okay, so what are we going to do today? Well, today we are going to do some captioning. We're going to talk about styles and make some captions. Sorry, I am switching something on just in case something is wrong, and people can alert me of that fact. You know how it is. And we're going to customize our captions. We're going to go through Auto Reframe. We're going to go through some export settings. And we are going to probably finish there, actually, because that's a lot. That's 6 things to do before the end of the day. So let's get cracking. Shall we dip into Premiere Pro? Are you there? It is me. Are you there? Hang on a second, guys. I've lost my OBS. Where have you gone? There you are. Premiere Pro is on the screen. Delightful. We love that for us. I'm so happy. Where am I, though? Let's put me over here. No. Mini Mandy over here. We love a Mini Mandy. So, yep. Great. I'm just wondering, where are our moderators? I'm just going to send a message out. Everything's all cool. Don't worry about it. Okay, back to it. We love that. So, we're going to create captions. That's the first thing we're going to do. And you know what? Juno just left the room. He's sad too, guys. So, to start creating our captions, we want to make sure we have the text panel, which should be open right up here. Interesting. I just triple checked this mouse and it worked, but it doesn't work when I'm live at the moment, which is really, really fun. Hang on with me a second. We're going to go to this CC button over here. And we're going to click subtitle default. Oh my God, I couldn't read. So subtitle default down here. We're going to open this up, expand it up and really look, because I think the devil's in the details here, because I'm quite picky with how I like my subtitles to look. For example, many people like 2 lines. I like a single line. So, Voodoo Val! Hello, Voodoo Val is has given out your starter files, so that is great. We don't want any gaps between captions, and we want a minimum duration seconds. I'm gonna put this to quite low. And maximum characters, I don't like a lot of characters. Let's do 25 to 30, and we'll get to styles in a bit, so don't even worry about it. And then we're just going to simply create captions. It's actually that fast because we already transcribed it, right? So that happened automatically before we even opened because we did some text-based editing. And now all our captions have appeared up here. So this is what they look like so far.
Meet Juno, a 6-month-old entrepreneur with a passive income via mom and dad. He will work for snacks, no questions asked. Some dogs chase dreams, Juno chases balls. When he's not chasing those balls, he's a full-time cuddle consultant. Warning, prolonged phone use may result in passive-aggressive stares. To give Juno his 15 minutes of fame, drop him a DM. He'll be waiting.
Okay, there's a couple of spelling mistakes, but we're going to fix those very quickly. So let's go drop a DM, solved. He has 15 minutes of fame, Juno. That is an interesting spelling. It is that one. He'll be waiting. What was the other one? Color consultant, when he's not chasing balls. Do you know? Yeah, got it right here though. Entrepreneur spelled correctly. We love that. And got it right up there. Otherwise, my captions, they all are correct now. So that was simple enough. But I really don't like how they look. This is just the basic, immediately how they look. And to fix those, we're going to have to go to the Properties tab. If you're not seeing the Properties tab, you want to go to Window, scroll down, and click here on Properties. You'll know it's on somewhere in your Premiere if it's ticked. If it's not ticked, you got to add it. So this is where we can now style everything up. First off, let's go to a nicer font. I always pick something relatively simple. What are we vibing for today? You know what? There's I never know how to say this. Montserrat. I was calling this something completely different for years, and it's because I'm dyslexic. I never fully read it, and then I was like, wait, I've been saying this wrong forever. That's really embarrassing. Extra bold might be a bit much. Let's go with bold. Great, love that. Maybe let's make this 50, just a little bigger. And also, I actually have one pet peeve. I hate subtitles that are below this inner box. That inner box is the graphic safe box. Every graphic in there will be seen. Every graphic outside of it may not be seen. And if this was for YouTube, the really unfortunate thing is if someone's pausing the video to like read your captions, if you want to make this accessible, and this isn't like an Adobe gripe, this is everyone gripe, by the way. You want to move them into that box there. And now I know I definitely will be seen. So it's a little higher, but the idea is that they're accessible. And appearance, what color do we want to make them? I think we go for like the nice, let's go for the blue that's everywhere. Love that. I guess allow? Sorry, I had a little dialogue box come up. I recently updated my computer and nothing's working. And we're gonna make it an outline. Let's go with black so it's easy to see. Okay, and actually I think the stroke is a bit much. So we're gonna, you know what? Let's go stick with white and black. White and black is, classic. And I don't want a shadow. That's what was looking weird. Juno, and then we can choose here to have it on the outside line, inner, or center. I actually like center, and it allows me to go a bit chunkier with it, which is quite good. So maybe these are my favorite captions, and I want my work to look super consistent every single time. And you know what? These are my favorite captions. I'm just going to make them yellow. I do like a yellow caption. There we go. I like a flat yellow caption with, if I have to have a stroke, then just a little one. Looks like a little film like. Maybe lighter than that, like that. And I've decided I want these to be across the entire timeline, because right now I've only changed the first one. I haven't changed the rest. So, and you know what? I'm just going to help us for a second and mute them up, so when we're scrolling we don't get that noise. So let's go back to that caption. I'm going to come up to track style up here, and there's this button called redefine style. And when you click that, it's going to push all the work you've done to all the captions across the track. It hasn't pushed the where it is, which is a bit annoying. Usually it does push this, alignment and transformation. Let's try that again. -65 and push. Come on, behave. Let's try it from this text, -65, and push it. All captions on track. Okay, well, it hasn't done that. I'd have to move all of them up one by one, which is annoying. However, I have a theory that maybe I could do something easier that will push it out. So up here, there's track style. And clearly, I don't have any track styles right now, but if I click this plus icon up here and click create style, I can call this the Juno showreel style. Save to local style, so it'll always be there if I wanted it to be, but I don't for the case of this, and save to project. And now you'll notice it's here. And actually, if I put this in a project template, it would be there every single edit. So now maybe I'm going to click, I want this, and I want to push that to all the captions of the track. And voila, that's how we fixed that problem. So it went to every single caption, which I love. But snacks, no questions asked. I mean, if you wanted to like fill in the gaps, you can. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Those are our captions so far. And we've created styles. Next, I need to get this ready for social, right? So this is now ready for YouTube, but I want a vertical video. For ease, I'm just going to turn off my subtitle track because I don't know how it's going to react in a second. But I'm going to go up to my showreel up here and my sequences, and I'm going to right click and go to Auto Reframe Sequence. And this is how I'm going to make my vertical video without spending hours making my vertical video again, because we hate that, right? So Juno showreel, I want it vertical 9:16, which is vertical because horizontal is 16:9. Target aspect ratio is indeed 9:16. It does make that in the name so you know which one it is, which I appreciate. Tracking, I always go for slower motion because it looks more subtle. And then we don't want to nest clips because I have transitions and stuff in there I want to happen. So I'm going to click create. This isn't going to be perfect, but it's going to get me 80 to 95% of the way there. It's definitely not going to be perfect because this is a dog who is in desperate need of a haircut, so his eyes aren't as clear. We're only so good, you know, they're getting better, these tools, but like at the same time, I was like, hey, is this an animal or is this just a teddy bear that can move? You know, so let's see how this looks, and I'll unmute it. Ooh.
Meet Juno, a 6-month-old entrepreneur with a passive income.
Actually, this is like near perfect.
He will work for snacks, no questions asked. Some dogs chase dreams, Juno chases balls. When he's not chasing those balls, he's a full-time cuddle consultant. Warning, prolonged phone use may result in passive-aggressive stares. To give Juno his 15 minutes of fame, drop him a DM. He'll be waiting.
I actually don't need to change a single clip. So I built in time being like, I'll show you the clips that are wrong. It got it all right. Like, I'm going to mute this again so we don't get me going through it. Like that, it fixed like the zoom so it's centered. Oh, you know what's not centered? That star. So we're going to zoom, get that spark and just move it. Oh, we can't do that. Of course we can't do that because we need to go to our effects controls, turn off the auto reframe on this one, and actually just move it because it's going to be easier. Because it is literally static and it doesn't need to be followed. So that's correct. Great. That's fine. I mean, it has changed like my eases there. So if I wanted to, I guess I could see what it's doing here by scrolling in. Zoom. I mean, these are just my directional blurs I added. If you want to look through and see how I edited. I did, because I obviously didn't edit for you guys. Obviously. Auto reframe. Override generate. Nope. Reframe scale, reframe rotation. Usually it shows you all the stuff. Oh, I'm just not there. No wonder I was confused. I was like, where are those frames? There are keyframes. So we play it through here. Bind. Okay, because this is a clip, so it's struggling a bit here, which is fascinating. Because this is a clip that I have exported already that has the whip pan in it. So it's just gotten a bit confused here. So we could just delete some of these. We could just select these 3 and delete them. And that should, we could even like get rid of that really. What's going on here? Oh, it's these ones, isn't it? And then maybe get rid of this one. I kind of like the movement though. I don't like that movement, so I'm just going to get rid of... You know what? Let's make it easy and get rid of them. And then there's a bit of movement there. I have no idea where that one's come from. Interesting. Interesting. But it's definitely a lot easier than it was. Great. And then, so zoom out. It's got the iris still. This is all in the right place. In the right place. In the right place. In the right place. That one, there we go. We needed a clip that was slightly off. How am I meant to teach if it's going to do it perfectly every time? So we're going to select this clip and scroll down to see the auto reframe settings. And you can just change the reframe offset by simply saying reframe offset. So that is the zoom. Right, so I feel like we need to go further back. Sorry, my Premiere jumps a little bit. Oh, wrong one. So let's go here. Because he is kind of being the worst in that clip. This is perfect, which I really like. Lovely. It's even kept the AI gen extend, and that clip as well could do with a little bit. So let's do a little bit of adjusting. Keeping an eye on the time as we're doing it. Reframe offset. Oh, that face. Thank God he's cute, right? Because literally he has been barking a lot this week. He was with a barky dog over the weekend and now he barks more. So yeah, because he learned that. And that's it. That is literally, so the video, I would say, is finished. So what are we going to do now? Well, oh, actually, before we move on, before we go to exporting, because we will do exporting, if you're ever wondering if Adobe has social media templates, and it does, where should you find them? You can go to File, New, Project, and then click on this template thing and really look at the social media template project. And you can make your own templates as well and add them so you can open up assets inside your project that you want every single time. But the social media template has all of these in it. You see this? There is basically an overlay here that you can also, if you wanted to, let's click this and bring it over here. Zooming out using the minus key. I'm just going to put this on top. You see how this template is showing me what's going to be cut off, what's going to be covered, where the buttons are, where I can potentially put captions. If we turn these captions off, we still have our captions. They have been reframed here to work for vertical, but like these are complete. If anyone been on TikTok, we all know those are in the completely wrong place. So we just want to make sure we move all of these up here. Oh, can we not move them up any further? That's interesting. Okay, so Control Z, and up here instead, I move it down. We would want them more there. And then we'd want to push that to all the captions on the track. And we'd probably have to save it as another style. Plus, create style, Juno verticals. Okay, and then push it to the track. And we'd have to play with that. It doesn't like the vertical video. But still, I at least know that that's the highest I could put that vertical captioning, which I love. The social templates are so cool and no one seems to know about them, but I love them. I absolutely adore them. So the last thing we do now is we have our project. We'll go back to our original project because let's pretend this is for YouTube. And let's be honest, if I'm doing a show reel and sending to these agents, I'm going to send them either a YouTube or a Vimeo link, you know, to watch like the full widescreen, get the full effect of Juno. So I've already in and outed the track. That's done by using I and O, and then I can control what I can export. So maybe you have clips outside of it. We're going to go to File and Export Media. You can also send things to Media Encoder, but I don't have time to show you that. We've only got 5 minutes. So if you are exporting to, say, YouTube, you can do that directly from here, and it will help you with the settings, but you do have to sign into your YouTube account. If you don't want to do that, for whatever reason, you can go to media file, and these are the settings I would recommend doing. Custom, scroll down, match source, adaptive high bitrate. You're going to get 90% of the way there already. Make sure the range is on in and out. Render at maximum depth. Render at maximum quality. I tend to scroll down. If I'm being lazy, I will do one pass. 2 passes is usually the best, but I'll do 1 pass. And for YouTube, you want 15.9 as your bitrate. So loads of people go up really high, and yes, it can look better, but YouTube is going to recompress it down to that anyway. And this way I get a small 69 megabyte file. I could even airdrop that, you know? It's going to be the quality that YouTube likes in the right bit rate YouTube likes. And if I was having banding issues, I would just up that a little bit. Banding is when you would see along, like, say, the blue, a weird gradient kind of effect with bands. And then with my captions, so there's 2 ways I could do that. I can burn the captions into the videos, which is great. But actually, I can also create a sidecar file. And by creating a sidecar file, I basically created my own custom captions I can upload to YouTube. And it will, when people click CC, it would use those instead for their captions. And it's as easy as that. It's so easy. It's literally as easy as that. You know, and like exporting can be really, 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 I think, overwhelming to a lot of people. There's a lot of things here you might not understand, but a lot of this is set for you once you click on like some custom settings. So I think that's always good to know for you. So yes, the video, render at maximum depth, double checking, blah, blah, blah. And then you just hit export or send to media encoder if you have it. And that way, if you wanted to keep editing, you could export while still editing, which is also really cool, or batch export. So you can set it, so you can send that to media encoder, and then you can send the vertical to media encoder, and you can just keep sending things there and keep working. And that is literally everything I had for you today. Oh my goodness. I was surprised I got through everything. Templates, auto reframe, creating a style, customizing our captions in the first place, creating our captions, correcting our captions. That was like, I was like, this might be too much. And I was worried about overloading today, but we did it. So as a quick review, today we learned how to create, customize, and style our own captions and make templates. So like you can throw that style into a template and save it so you can access templates every single time. And I just showed you how to access them as well for future project use. We learned how to do various social cut downs. I showed you vertical, but you can also do square if you wanted, for example. And we now understand our export settings a bit better because, you know, we're thriving. And we need to know how to actually export our project and not just finish it. So, oh my goodness, do stay tuned on Adobe Live, guys, because you have Phil Palin. My autocorrect really wants to correct him to Pollen. Apologies, Phil. Phil Palin. Autocorrect has done me so dirty over and over. He's actually showing you how to bulk create content using Adobe Express straight after me, so you can watch that. But you can also head to the Discord, share your work. See, like, I would love to see your version of Gino's showreel. This is just one I put together, but I would love to see what you get up to. And I've been Mandy Celine. Thank you so much for being with me every Tuesday in May. I had a blast. I truly enjoyed it, and it was lovely talking to you guys as always. I love spending my Tuesday evenings with y'all. So until next time, bye guys. And outro.